Emma in Watford wants to talk about Pakistan. Emma, welcome to the show.
Hi, George. Just before, I've got 2 points to make on Pakistan, but just before I do, Killing Kelly, amazing movie. I really enjoyed watching it. I thought I knew everything about the killings of Dr. David Kelly, but that movie really opened my eyes. So well done.
Thank you very much for that, Emma. Thanks.
So 2 things on Pakistan. Firstly, Chaudhry Sarwar, you've been warning about him for at least 7 or 8 years, and I think that, I mean, you...
My tweet re-emerged today.
It did, I saw it.
In 2015 to Imran Khan, do not trust this man. You will have many causes to regret if you team up with him. My goodness, how vindicated I felt this morning. Sorry, Emma, go on.
No, you've been warning about him for a long time, but also I think that he is a huge, he's a traitor, he could not be trusted, but also the Punjab, I think that while you might have broken the back of Bradri politics when you won with a landslide majority in Bradford West, I think the Punjab in Pakistan is very much about Bradri politics, and this is how people like Chaudhry Sarwar feast on that. And that's the first point I wanted to make. But the second thing is, everything you said earlier in your introduction about Imran Khan, the assassination attempts, how this has happened, the foreign kind of interference of regime change, 100% I agree with it. But what astounds me is the naivety. I've been speaking to a lot of Pakistani people from Pakistan itself today, and it astounds me the naivety that they have, because they believe that the army is protecting Imran Khan, despite the statement made by General Bajwa over the last day or so. They feel that, there's this patriotism about the army that they can't criticize it, and everything's going to be okay, and there's no assassination attempts. It's not that easy to do. And then you give them examples of things that have happened in Pakistan, and they just refute that. They feel that this is okay, Imran Khan's going to win. And this kind of attempt I have at waking them up to say, okay, it's good to be optimistic, but let's be realistic here as well as to what he's up against and what's happening here. There's no guarantees what the Supreme Court's going to decide. And then, 3 months is a long time. He has to bring out a budget in that time. I think it's 4th or 5th of June his budget is due. And there's a lot that could go wrong here in terms of his personal security has to be stepped up. And they're like, no, it's fine. We can walk right up to his home at the moment, and it's fine. There's no need for this. So I don't know what's happening with the people of Pakistan, but I think they need to wake up and smell the coffee pretty quickly as to what's at stake here.
It's absolutely correct what you say. The army will protect the Prime Minister right up until they don't. And the moment that they don't, he will either be overthrown by the army. I mean, how many times has the Pakistan army overthrown the elected leadership of the country? How many Pakistan has had half of its lifetime under military dictatorship. So this rose-petaled view of the Pakistan army is wholly misplaced. And the reality is that the top brass of the Pakistan army is a creature of the United States of America. And that's why the Chief of Army Staff, General Bajwa, that you just referred to, flatly contradicted the Prime Minister's view on current international events, sanctions, the European Union, the United States. He flatly contradicted the Prime Minister, the elected Prime Minister. Imagine in Britain if the elected Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, said this and this, the Chief of the British Army flatly contradicting him in public the very next day. Imran Khan said to the European Union, what are we, your slaves? You're going to order us with whom we can do business, referring to the oil and the wheat that they are buying at a very good price from Russia. And the general flatly contradicted it, talked about how vital it was to keep good relations with the US and the EU and so on. The truth is, Pakistan's best interests lie not with the United States, but with China, which has stood with Pakistan in dark days and fine, through every grim year of even military dictatorship. They have never interfered in Pakistan's internal affairs. They have been an absolutely loyal friend to Pakistan. That's where your future lies, people of Pakistan, not with some joker called Joe Biden in Washington. Emma, thanks for that great call. Melvin is in New York. Welcome back, Melvin.